Year. Yeah, it's a little bit. It looks a little bit choppy right now. I would say that in terms of, well, first of all, we got 5 minutes until some high impact news. So usually when there's high impact news like this, I just like to wait. There was an okay setup already, but I just usually when there's high impact news like this, I just prefer to wait for that to pass before I do anything. The setup that I saw. So first of all, we're in this daily. It's even easier to see like on a 2-day chart. If I go to like a 2-day chart, you can see this imbalance that we're in right now. I kind of made it faint so it's not, making our chart all cluttered. But yeah, we're inside of this imbalance that we kind of anticipated a retracement back to. So this is going to be what I've been alluding to a little bit in sense of, yes, I believe the draw is to the upside to the all-time high here at some point in the early part of the year. And I think that will be either, validated here in this area, hopefully. But I would say if this area doesn't hold, like this weekly gap that we're in, that's where, I would kind of think that maybe the market has other ideas in mind, and it actually might want to go take out some internal liquidity first. So it's really going to kind of depend on, do these PD arrays continue to hold bullish for the time being? If they do, I think this is where we're headed. And if these fail, then I think the draw might be somewhere else for the time being. So that's kind of my bias as of right now. I'm leaning a little bit more bullish because of that. So if I jump into, let's just start jumping down time frames here. So we're inside that daily gap right now. One thing that I noticed is that we have a giant opening range gap, 2 of them, up above price. This buy side liquidity level that I have marked is the London high. But yeah, we have a huge opening range gap up here that could get filled in, as well as right here from I guess the new week opening gap in a way there. So for those reasons, I believe we could start seeing pushes to the upside. The setup that I was referring to, I didn't take it or anything because I'm waiting on the news, but was just right here, this little 1 minute gap. It's actually a breaker as well because it took liquidity. All it would have yielded in hindsight looking at this is just a couple breaks of structure, and that was it. Didn't even come take out this high. So didn't miss anything there. But yeah, guys, so let's wait on this news. We got a few minutes. Wow, we're displacing higher, huh? We are displacing higher, folks. Okay. Here's what I kind of had my eye on as well. I was looking at the 5 minute earlier. Was if we can trade above this high with some displacement and leave a fair value gap over it. This is also a 5 minute breaker. Again, took liquidity right here. Took liquidity. This would become our breaker on the 5 minutes. We'll see if we have to end up using this time frame or not. But we'll mark that out like so for now. This would be our breaker right here. So if a fair value gap on a 5 minute chart were to form over top of this, this would be just ideal. Obviously that would look like us waiting for this 5 minute candle to close, another 5 minute candle to close. So, but I don't really want to get, I don't really want to get short right now. That's just me personally, because we're inside this daily bullish gap, and all we're doing so far is just taking out low after low after low. So yeah, I just wouldn't feel the most comfortable getting short right now, me personally. So I'm just gonna keep scanning back and forth on these time frames, guys. We have a 3 minute fair value gap forming. We got about a minute or so left on this candle. Potentially we could look to enter off of that and not need to wait for this 5 minute before entering, but we'll see what we get. Might have no other choice. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this, guys. I will take a long entry if we can get a pullback down into this 3 minute gap. Stop at just this fair value gap candle low. If we don't get a pullback, I'm going to then look to trade off this 5 minute breaker. And keep in mind, if your stop loss like mine is above 20 plus points, you're probably gonna have to lower your sizing a little bit. Equilibrium of this range is right up here. It's actually not far. One other thing I want to mark out here. Let me delete this. One other thing I want to mark out is this last manipulation leg that took liquidity. This might help. So I just got triggered in on my long, guys. I'm in. See what we get. Using the 2 to 2.5 standard deviation might be the best bet for a target here because there's not really anything else clean on the way. I'm gonna try to shoot for this. Not a huge fan of the 5-minute close right there either. 2024, it's gonna start like that, huh? I think it might. Boop. All right, first trade of 2024 was an out. Not a fan of that close though. To me, it looks like it might have just came up, filled in balance, respected these lows, and might just keep pushing lower. We'll see. Wanted to see a stronger displacement than that. Honestly, what I see that looks the best is this 30-second order block here now. I think I will. I'm gonna get long off that block, order block, guys. I'm just gonna stay with low risk. We're moving anyway. This is good 50s. Well, this is actually 70 points all the way there. And we just hit a fair value gap. There we go. Just executed one contract long, guys. And I don't want it to trade below this order block here. If it trades below this order block, that's where my stop is. To me, then the trade's invalid. And then, yeah, if this fails, I would potentially be open to taking one more trade here in this last macro that would be coming up at the end of the hour. But if not, you know, it is what it is. I don't want us to force shit. There it is. I got stopped out. 0-2 to start the year. So I lost 325 on that. I lost 500 on the first one. I'm down a little over 0.5% now. I'm down like 800 bucks. Especially with the macro looming. I don't know, you guys, you can take the inverse if you wanted, Orion, but I'm probably gonna sit out. If that ends up being the move right here, if this is the PD array that sends it higher, and we don't get an opportunity after that, that's gonna just be unfortunate. But I don't want to force another one. If I'm gonna take one more trade, I want it to be something that I have 100% conviction in at this point. Otherwise, I don't want to take it. Because I would hate to take a third loss doing something like this, and then if I could just waited 10 more minutes, you know. But if I miss out, I miss out. It is what it is. Really, the only thing, and this is what I was waiting on anyway. The only thing that I actually have some level of conviction in was trading finally trading back above here. And now we've got, this would be a unicorn setup here. You've got your bullish breaker, fair value gap on a 3-minute chart. And this is what it looks like, just these consecutive up close candles here on the 1, 2. And since we're not showing a whole lot of respect to this area, we already violated it and traded and closed above it. I'm just viewing that as these bearish PD arrays won't hold. And should be able to stick to our original bias, which was delivery to buy side, or toward buy side at least. And I guess what I see the most that I like is this 3-minute. Breaker, stop basically at the breaker low, or just below the low of that candle. 17.5 points. It was a divergence of land. Yes, it was. All right, guys, I am in. It came back for me after all. I am in. Last trade of the day, no matter what. And planning to remove risk again at this high. Trying to go for 71 points. Stop below the breaker candle. If I lose, that'll be 17 points minus. Doesn't look good so far, I think. Especially we were talking about that 5-minute gap. I mean, we just closed back below that. I am 0-3 to start off 2024. Down. I'm down about 1,100 on the day. Little less than 1%. A little over 0.5%. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna hop off as well, guys. It is what it is. 0-3 today. And we will get it back tomorrow and Friday. So all is good, guys. Don't hang your head. Nothing to be ashamed of. We did what we could. We managed risk. We executed. And we live with the outcome. And that's what traders do. So with that being said, guys, enjoy your Wednesday. We're going to get this back. If you need anything, reach out. I'll be in the Discord if you need anything. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the live session tomorrow morning. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to get back in green. Peace out, everybody. We'll talk soon.